I think these green decks need to be bad against Supreme Verdict for them to be reasonable, and right now they are not.
That is actually, I mean, like I said a lot with like how I play Pioneer with Niv. That assessment is like I just have all these fighting needles on the side where you name Karn, and then the deck's fair. Like, yeah, they're gonna do dumb stuff. They're still gonna have games they win, but it is a fair deck without the card Karn, right?
Yeah.
So I am excited here for the finals. Do we think that this matchup is like complicated and interesting? Do we think it's like just honestly just who's on the play? Do we think it's like, no, it's very draw dependent, who hits their best storms? It's always seeming to be determined by infinite, right? It's not like do we think there's any counterplay of like I use my card to get a damping sphere and get a pithing needle and do something?
That is what I
see a
saw
lot of
actually.
shaking ahead. It's not a lot of that.
I saw one match actually today end up going with damage because both players had some sort of pithing needle going.
Was it either of these players?
No, it was not.
So do we think that's just not a good strategy?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of like a subset of your games.
Yeah.
I did speak to Joe briefly in our little break, and Joe looks tired, and Joe shared that, you know, this is a mono green mirror, and currently what they're playing for is the title, the Omnath Locus of Creation, and a foil Self of Spirit. And Joe was like, we already split credit in top 4. Do I really want to play this mono green mirror? I could go home. I think if I wasn't there pressuring him into the fact that we have coverage, that might be where the tournament's at right now.
Nobody wants this invite. Nobody's excited for.
Well, they both get it.
Oh,
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a $200 Magic card.
Yep,
That's
true.
fair.
Also, it's a fairy lanyard.
Yes, true. And the pin set.
Yes.
That is
Get a
important.
Lanyard?
Yes.
Get a lanyard.
Yeah.
What do you do with a lanyard?
You wear it.
With what?
I wore one last night. It's got some pins on it. It's cool.
Yeah.
Is it
I
just
almost
like,
wore it today.
Is it like a sash? Like,
No.
like if I mean like you're equipping it like a sash would.
It's kind of.
I don't understand the value of a lanyard.
How
I
old are
have
you?
cool pins and I want to show them off.
Okay.
What's your age? How old are you? I'm asking you
my
this
birth
right
year
now.
starts in a 19.
Yes. Comes after that.
I'm saying more of the fact that like the idea of a lanyard feels almost like a weird way to show your bling. Like I miss back in the Magic days that you put your pins on your playmat like a human being.
Oh.
Ew. Why would you ever put your pin on a playmat?
Yeah, I hated it, but that's what everybody did. You get your PTQ top 8 pins. You have a playmat that's like 90% pins on it. That was
We've
flex.
evolved. Now we have a lanyard where we wear our pins. Okay.
I would just put them on my backpack.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hard flex on the backpack,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I like the backpack. The one, so I love pins, and I have lost a lot of pins on the backpack. You gotta like special buy the ones that lock.
Oh, I did.
you
I was a
know?
nerd.
Yeah. And now I have that for my lanyard.
RD.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Yeah.
And as we see,
Look,
Forced.
there's sometimes to be a nerd.
Yeah.
It's when you're putting pins on lanyards.
yeah.
It's not when you're playing Magic.
Yeah.
I am confident that the mono green mirror
Yeah.
is more engaging than our discussion on lanyards pro or con. So I need us to get back to the fact that this is what we call the mirror match. It seems that there's Cavalier in play. I think
Who's ahead, John Goss? Tell me.
Hoffman has not cast Cavalier, so that
Nope.
means he's behind.
Yep.
Has Karn,
Mm-hmm.
can't protect Karn though. I mean, Joe, I think is like very ahead here.
Yep. I think like if Dro draws something like Nykthos, or he has Karn in hand, we're just starting to try to go off or get very ahead on the board. I know his comment to me when he did decide to play the match, he was like, "It's fine. I'm on the play. I'll put Godfair statue in play." That's what he said.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is that's the thing I guess that does it?
I guess because you
I
just
wouldn't know.
like we talked about how it's you can't connect for lethal damage.
Yeah.
Right. So you just like have this sold out board, and if you're the first one that put it in play, then
Makes it slightly more awkward.
Yep.
That's the thing is that like Hoffman's behind, but like it doesn't feel like that is necessarily a lot,
right.
Like
Yeah, Hoffman is not out of this game by any means.
definitely not. No one has a Nykthos, right? We got a troll, we're drawing.
Mhm.
Seems like the player that has Nykthos is going to be the one that takes it away. Another troll. We're drawing.
2 troll.
There is a beatdown. I think I saw a Karn and a Kiora in hand. There's a beatdown strategy from Joe here. Attack Kiora. Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
5 life to the face doesn't really matter.
Yep.
Killing your planeswalker. Kiora is such a hard planeswalker to attack down, though.
Right.
Right.
But
I'm always demoralized attacking it, I would say.
This reminds me of like the Moto Cube, not even Moto Cube. Like there was points in Standard where you would play Ashiok, the OG,
Yep.
and you would just go plus against like mono red and then
Mhm.
get to 5 loyalty, and they're like, I guess I'll attack it. You're
Yeah.
like, no, and then you plus it again, and they're just like, geez, really need to kill this thing. And now it's gained you like 12 life.
Yeah.
And you're like, it does nothing. This card does nothing.
Yeah.
So something I realized today, and I'm actually happy to have both of you here. So
okay.
both of you started your Magic careers in an earlier phase in life playing Jund, right?
Okay.
Did you both know that about each other?
I did not know that about Cam.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Both of you were Jund person,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You were the Jeremy Murphys of Magic. Right.
We were.
Interesting.
Jeremy, if you're watching this, shout out.
Shout out Jeremy. What do you think deck I started playing Magic like as this is my first like real actual competitive
Give me the format,
standard?
but like what time?
This is post Jace ban because I was bad during Mind Sculptor. So whatever format is just beyond that.
You metagamed your
Tempered
shop.
Steel.
Sorry.
That was I got lucky, right?
Okay.
That wasn't a good deck because I had
Okay.
a lot of Venser in my deck, the 5-mana Planeswalker,
Ooh,
because I liked it.
nice.
Tempered Steel, good guess, because you do know I like the artifacts. But no. Close, actually. Close.
Joe takes game 1.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Fantastic. What do you think?
I know what I played during that format.
What'd you play?
I played mono red.
What can you
Shocker.
can you actually tell me what the sets are? I don't like.
Scars of Mirrodin,
Scars.
Zendikar,
I think I was post Zendikar.
Post Zendikar?
Post rotation is whatever Scars and the next
Mirrodin
one.
Besieged.
That one for sure. Both
Okay.
those.
I don't know. enough
Keystone
about
card I'm
what's
thinking
in
of is Mirrodin Besieged.
Yeah, I would
Ooh.
have just generally guessed some artifact strategy.
White Weed.
That was close. Tempered
Splashing.
Steel.
That's what I said. It's
Yeah.
close. Splashing blue for Geist to Saint Draft.
Oh,
Because that's where we were.
Oh,
We
so
were in
Innistrad's
Innistrad.
legal,
Yeah, we
yeah.
were in Innistrad the full way.
Okay.
Okay.
You go into your like champion of the parish, Geist to Saint Draft, hero of Bladehold,
Yeah.
Ooh,
magic.
I like it. Yeah.
Now you got me sold. I played the worst hero. I played Hero of Oxid Ridge during that format.
Obviously.
Yeah. 4-2.
Hero of Bladehold by
Battle cry.
itself kills an opponent in
yeah.
basically 2 hits. Right? It
Jeez.
says 18
just
damage
so
in 2
much.
hits.
Yeah.
What's crazy is well, the reason I brought that up. Both of you started as Jund people,
Mm-hmm.
stopping opponent attacking.
Yeah.
I started as murder person.
Mhm.
We have switched in
Mhm.
our careers.
Yeah.
Both of you are attacking person, and I would like to be the mid-range deck. It's fascinating.
Yeah, I like my opponent's dead in game.
Say this often, and I
Yeah. I gotta clarify that.
I
Yeah.
would like to clarify something.
Hmm.
Is that I play Magic to feel smart.
Hmm.
Aggro,
don't.
I win with aggro decks the most, and winning makes me feel smart.
That's fair.
So that's like why I'm an aggro deck player.
interesting.
Yeah, like
Wh-
it's not.
Winning doesn't make me feel smart,
Hmm.
right? What actually makes me feel smart is my deck decision, my cleverness of this thing mattering in this spot makes me feel smart, right? Like you can win with mono green, right? I think
mean, I think
Joe's
they're
ahead
pretty
here,
smart,
right?
yeah.
Like again, well, we do see a Nykthos on Hoffman's side.
3 to Fairy, I think. Oh no, 1's a car.
Yeah, that's real awkward into this troll.
He's just gonna.
It does
find
seem
something
like this
straight away.
matchup is a lot more about being able to
Finds a
attack down
treasure
some
ball.
planeswalkers too.
Mhm.
Jeez, the murder deck's all about board
Wow.
stalls. Joe over here just slaying, absolute slaying.
Doesn't care. He wants to go home. That's why he signed that Sky Sovereign.
He said,
He's like, it's probably wrong. I want to go home. I'm gonna draw
"I'm,
it.
I'm
Yup.
the beatdown.
Yup,
Yeah.
yup.
Must attack." We got Cavalier.
Oh,
See, Joe
man.
is smart.
Board stalled. Immediately.
Yeah.
Board stalled. Yep.
See, now, yeah, I would be pissed too, Joe. He's like, I just wanted to go home and get some sleep, and you played a Cavalier. What the heck, man?
I mean, you're sending with this bus though, right?
Yeah.
You're sending with the boat.
I'm sending with the boat.
He's not trading, right? You're not trading, right?
No,
All your
no, no.
pips.
Yeah.
You need your pips in play. You're just taking the 6.
Unless you think your hand is so good and you think that getting Treasure Vault is a sign of weakness, and you just want to kill that elf,
Yep.
trade with your thing, and
It's kind of what
but
I was
then
leaning
but
towards,
then yeah.
Well, no, I'm
you
saying
also
I'm
get-
saying as Joe, I'm attacking with
Yeah,
this.
Joe's-
Joe's
For
attacking.
sure attacking with the boat.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm saying that Hoffman is not trading with the Cavalier.
got
Yeah.
it. Okay,
Because like he's gonna kill you off for sure, right? Interestingly, I would really like to see Joe play a creature and then attack with both, right? So that
Okay.
like you're like, oh, I'm gonna block the troll, I take my 6, but then like that gets better. Like we've said before, troll is better on a land than it is as a creature.
Yep.
Yep.
Could you imagine if this card just didn't have the front half? Imagine this if it wasn't a 4/4. Would the deck be
Noticing.
better?
I think it would
Worse
have
against
a,
aggro.
right exactly. It would
Yeah.
have yeah. It just doesn't have an aggro card to play on two anymore.
Yeah.
Hoffman
unfortunate.
taking the hit,
Yep.
as we
Saw it. We
predicted.
saw it. Yep. Got her activate. Got 5 mana.
It's kind of just a 3-mana Wolf of Haven then.
Ooh,
We got-
5/6.
We got big friends. As the forest.
Joe wants to sleep tonight.
Got a storm in the yard. Storm in the yard.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right.
What's Hoffman got?
What's the Hoffenator got?
It's a fairy, I think, and a Karn.
Fairy is not castable.
Cards that aren't getting a lot of blocking going. I think we need like a storm into a Cavalier to be able to play Magic here, right?
Yeah.
Kiora.
Kiora.
Here's fine.
Got a question from chat. Should Karn be banned from Pioneer? I believe we all have resounding yes on this, but I'm not sure if you think it should be a different card.
I think you can make the argument of the 1-mana elves, but I don't think that those are bad. I think those are interesting. I think
I
think
agree.
the idea of being on the play, I think that building a cool deck around that, it's similar to things like Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time. It's like they will probably always be a problem. There will always be something that we're going to say this is too powerful because of these elves. These are the enablers that are really strong. But that's okay. They're fun, right? And they're fun for the format.
I agree.
When your opponents get to put in like, you know, your metagame call of what do we say rather the command that gives your guy -3, -1 at sorcery speed for some reason. Why is that not just -1, -1? Doesn't make any sense to me, right? Like that's fine. That's like that can be in your deck to answer that.
Yeah.
What do you got in your deck to answer, Karn?
Yeah.
Like
I think the only other card I'd like even look at again is Oath of Nissa, just to make the combo harder. But I think we just want to take the combo out of the deck.
I think the
completely.
problem is you ban Oath and Nissa and it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
And I think
I
that
agree.
it's like still fine. Like it's still important. They're gonna add some lands, they're gonna add another flex spot. Deck's still incredibly powerful.
Yeah, I think Oath of Nissa has clearly shown that it should not be on the ban list. I think the only other argument is actually Nykthos. I think that we don't talk about that because Wizards has kind of said that it's going to be in the format, but
This is a pillar.
yeah, I think it's kind of reasonable to get that card off the list. My question at that point is Karn still an issue if Nykthos is banned? Like I do think we all believe
that's
that this deck is an issue, and banning Karn is a reasonable answer because Karn is just a ridiculous magic card. But like, if you ban Nykthos, is this deck still broken?
Definitely fair. I do not think the deck is broken without Nykthos in it. Also, what we can see is that Hoffman is stabilized. 2 of the Cavalier
Yeah.
means that the boat's gonna come in. I think you like what you get to crew boat here, you get to attack. It's not great, right? Like, do we have a threat? Do we have an elf? You can we have more than an elf. We got stuff.
Yeah.
We got a Karn. Karn's
Yeah,
real strong.
okay.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
This can just also crew the fairway with the Karn plus, right?
It could if he wants.
And slam with all the friends, put some damage on a guy,
Yes, crew the fairway,
Block.
not using the ability.
Yeah.
Block. We got 5 coming in. 6, 7 coming in.
So is crewing unfair?
Yeah, crewing's too powerful.
What?
Have you seen Grease Fang?
I'm gonna leave. There's a door over there.
I would say that the bigger thing to me is that Karn seems like it makes the games more unique because you find this cool card, the thing
Okay.
that solves this problem.
Mhm.
And I think instead it makes the games more homogenized.
Yes.
Because you don't have a sideboard, you don't have different things to draw. You just draw the same cards every time. Right?
And it's Carlos, so you know you
Yeah.
can put it in every deck as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think that like Nykthos is the most powerful card. Karn is the thing that is what's allowing it. Like the fact that it has a combo and it can't just like
Oh, we're out of here.
have to attack sideways. Yeah, we got sended.
Yeah, we have
Very
lethal
shocking
with,
to see
Yeah,
both of these games go to Joe just turning sideways.
Yeah.
Joe wanted to go to sleep.
That
Joe's aggressive strategy paid off. Maybe
and
that's
I
it.
take that meteor golem out, Joe. Joe, the meteor golem. No, Joe.
Keep
I'll
it
get him
in.
next tournament.
Keep it
I'll
in.
get him next tournament.
There he is. Thumbs up. And I tell you what,
You get the Omnath and some sleep,
Yeah.
Joe.
and fate of the world on the line. Joe took it down.
Wow.
Martian's got the death beam pointed at us.
We're saved.
We're saved.
You did
everyone.
it. You did it by
This was me. We
you
are
had
saved
the
because of
trigger.
me.
You saved us.
I saved the
by
world.
selecting Joe to be the champion.
Yeah.
I was we didn't even talk about this. I would have picked Hoffman even though he's on the draw because I think he has a voracious hydra in the board. I think that card's good in the mirror.
Mm.
I was wrong every single time except for
Yeah.
except for one time.
I would have chosen the player on the play for sure.
Yep.
I would have chosen Joe regardless.
Right.
So
Yeah.
then who got the most correct in our bracket
It
then?
was absolutely me.
Has to
It
be
was
you,
so
right?
me. Yeah, because I,
I
would
think
have
I'm
gotten
like one behind you.
So I got
I have one right.
this one right, and then also the win. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I actually had 5 right too. I was 2-2 the first round, 2-0 the next round, and then I had.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
So then
okay.
it seems like the only suitable answer is I give both of you a crisp high five at the same
I
time.
want a hug.
I'm gonna hug you while I give Cam a high five.
All right. As we do that, we are going to throw to a break, get an interview with Joe, the winner of the universe.
Potter's gotta
Yeah.
ask him how it feels to
Yeah.
save
Yeah.
the world.
Oh,
Yes,
just-
yeah.
Yes.
absolutely.
Beautiful.
All right.
All right. Well, we'll
We
be
will
back with that.
in a minute. Thank you. All right, we are back. And Joe, congratulations on winning our championship here. You have our RCQ invite. You get your Omnath. You get the lanyard that we've been raving about. So many things. But what I think is most important is a story of friendship in this finals here, because we've been taking bets, very aggressive bets in the back end here, picking brackets, decide who's going to win. And we said, Potter, who's going to take this down? What do you think? What do we think is going to happen? I said, we got to a point of Potter built a scenario of aliens coming in. You have to pick a person to win this tournament where everybody dies. Whole world's gone.
The exact wording was Martian's got the death beam pointed at Earth. Who am I going to pick? It's Joe DeJoy. And look at that. You saved the world.
You saved
How
the
does it
world.
how does
You
it
did it.
feel to save the world?
I didn't know that that's what I was playing for, or else I would have played way tighter. Oh my god.
That's the point. We couldn't stress you out with that. That was the whole show.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to stress you out.
So I've got another question. It was clear to me that you wanted to go home and get some sleep. Did you sideboard in such a way, like with Sky Sovereign, that you just wanted to kill him as fast as you could? And if that didn't happen, you would just roll over and die either way.
No, I have a Sky Sovereign in my main deck.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. I was like, Joe, maybe he sided in the Sky Sovereign because he just wants to go home either way.
No,
Yeah.
I have one Sky Sovereign. So I think mono green is pretty stock at this point, and my flex slots were just a Caryatid, a Teferi who unravels the sunset or
Yep.
Something
My
he loves the
copy's
sun.
in Japanese. I've never said
Likes
the
the
name of the
sun.
card.
Yeah.
And then a Sky Sovereign because it's just one of the best hits,
That's a good card.
like constantly. So,
Yep. That makes sense. Yeah, I've seen the flex slot actually being one Sky Sovereign. I was just hoping you had all of them in your deck because, you know, catch some Z's.
No, it wasn't quite that bad.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Once you already have the invite locked up, you're just, playing for that little Omnath, which is now yours.
I was not playing for the Omnath.
Oh,
Before the match started, I internally went, do I want this Omnath? Not really. And then the head judge said, first place gets the lanyard.
Oh,
That's
Man.
actually the entire reason I played the match.
Oh.
Honestly, I was way happier and just out of my mind excited when I qualified. That was the important thing for me.
Yeah,
I
I
absolutely.
don't care about the store credit, anything else that mattered. Honestly, I think the Omnath looks terrible.
I'm in for it, man.
Yeah.
I'm in for it.
But once I got the invite, my brain shut off, and I was like, I just
Nice.
want to go home.
Yeah.
Honestly, I live an hour away. I just want to go home and
Yeah.
sleep.
Instead, you're talking to us.
You do math when you attack, right? Like you do less math. You just sideways, you get them. You don't have to do all that, figure it out, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I had the match earlier where I attacked with my 2 Llanowar Elves instead of casting a Kiora that probably was easily the correct play, not even close.
we
but
missed it. We
just
real
damage.
missed it.
Just
Yeah.
I just want damage.
Just sideways.
just got to get those 2 points in. Did not matter.
Yeah.
I like it.
Now there's 2 points, I want to get him dead, Joe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure their life total was like 14 when I killed them, so not real.
Yeah, we did see some stuff like activate manland, get shocked, and some devastation by people being a little bit too aggressive. But it seems you haven't been punished because you got the whole way here, going down completely undefeated, right? Didn't lose a
Yeah,
match,
I
right?
guess so.
Yeah.
I lost what 2 or 3 games today.
Yeah.
Oh, you're counting games. That means
Yeah.
you did really well. Yeah.
I will say, how did you feel? You beat mono white twice today.
I beat the
Right.
same pilot on
Same
Mono White
pilot
twice.
today. Do you feel
Shout
like,
out to Ben.
do
Yep.
you feel like those were like fluke games? You feel like that? No, I just got it. You got a handle on the matchup. Like from our understanding, the mono white deck is supposed to beat the green deck. That's the goal, right? That's why you play it.
So I think game 1, the matchup is actually pretty tough for the Mono White deck. Troll is just just a blocker. Like that's what it does. It's a 4/4 blocker. And the games where you go elf into troll just feel really tough to lose, especially if you have any sort of follow-up. So that was just my experience. I was on the draw in game 1 of match 1 that I played against the mono white deck. Still just elf into troll. He had a 1-drop into Thalia, and then the Thalia never attacked again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That was my experience. The Sky Sovereign was huge in the matchup. Being able to kill things that can't be Brave the Elements was huge.
Yeah.
Just cannot pro colorless. Even though my opponent tried for a second.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think that's what that card does.
So you're saying it's a bunch of hogwash at the mono weight.
I think it's draw dependent. I think every green matchup is just draw dependent. And honestly, Pioneer in general is very play draw dependent. So
Yeah, that's what we were kind of exacerbating in the booth a bit, is who was on the play. And
Yeah.
we were usually picking who was on the play to win.
sure. Yeah, I agree.
It definitely felt like in my mind we would get to some board states where Brave the Element would either kill all the planeswalkers, or you would have 2 Brave the Elements, games just immediately over, something like that, right? I think definitely I thought Brave would have been more impactful in the games we at least watched in the semis there. But
Sure. I definitely see that. The games where Brave the Elements as a 1-2 punch definitely happen. One of the other aspects is that troll is a beater. Like I put my mono white opponent on the back foot a couple of times where I just played troll, attacked troll, played a second troll. And then even if they had Brave the Elements, I was threatening lethal with like a Nykthos plus a layer of the Hydra, and they just couldn't really effectively pressure and block at the same time.
So fun fact, I mean, as you say that, right? We were talking in the end here of, there were some questions in chat about like mono green in the finals. We think this is probably the best deck in the format. Is there something like maybe Car needs to be in bad or something like that? But like in all those reasonings, Karn wasn't the thing doing it, right? Like you're just killing people with your green pips, and like you can turn it into an aggro deck. You can still go sideways. Like that's still very impressive, right?
Yeah, I think if you really want to kneecap the deck, you take out Nykthos, but Wizards is not going to do that.
Yeah. We agree that like Nykthos and Elves are still part of Pioneer, and they're kind of part of the main focus of the format. And it's just, does it feel fair whenever your opponent generates mana while putting cards into play? Or is it more I think when your opponent has to attack, that's good. Like, I think that's a great deck. It's a very exciting deck to play against, interesting deck. Nykthos does dumb things. You can do that in your black deck, your red deck.
Yeah.
Deck, right?
Yeah, I agree. Karn making it so that you don't have to interact in combat is, I think, terrible for the format.
Yep.
Just very bad.
Yeah, the way I look at it is if Supreme Verdict is not that great against your mono green deck that's trying to make devotion, it's probably something needs to go that makes that, so.
Sure. I think that's more of a result of Troll and Cavalier having death triggers.
Yeah.
That's
just having so many planeswalkers,
Yeah,
like
for
that
sure.
win you the game. Yeah, well, you're the savior of Earth, Joe DeJoy, owner of Lanyard, winner of RCQ, and we will see you in LA, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I've been to LA once.
Yeah.
I'll go again.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I hear it's pretty hot out there.
It is fair. It is kind of hot.
I should bring my own water though, right?
Yeah.